What's going on, guys? Anthony here. Hope you're having a great day. So I want to talk to you guys about addressing low back stiffness and low back pain. This is something that we see all the time, and unfortunately a lot of people are just addressing it incorrectly. It's not about static stretching, it's about activating your glutes and pulling up lagging muscle groups that affect how your hips move. So what we're going to focus on today is a couple of easy mobility drills to get you out of sitting all the time in bad posture, get those glutes firing, and get you moving pain-free. So the first drill we're going to be going through today is called the clamshell. So what we're going to do is lay flat on our side, arms are on the ground. We're going to get our hips fully extended forward, feet tucked back behind our knees are in front. And what we're going to do is just open up that top knee towards the ceiling, firing that top glute, and then close back down. What's really important is that you don't get into an overextension as you open up and get into that lower back. It's a small range of motion, just firing that top butt cheek and then close back down. If you have a mini band, you could wrap that around your knees as well to add a little bit of resistance. So we're just going to show you this exercise from a different angle just to make sure you understand the concept of not getting those hips into flexion and not getting too much into that lower back. So as you lay down, nice and relaxed, you're going to push those hips forward, feet tucked, and then from here we're just going to open up that top knee, close back down. You don't want to open up too much that you start to rotate and get into that lower back, and your hips want to stay pushed forward and not get into flexion. Our second drill we're going to be going through is the hip thrust. Okay, now when we're doing this, our prime focus is getting our hips out of flexion into extension and really allowing our glutes to get turned on and activated. So if you have a bench at your house or a couch or a chair, something that's pretty sturdy, that's what you can do this drill off of, and then we'll go through doing it off the floor as well. So how you're going to set up is basically right where your sternum is, upper back is going to be resting on the bench. From here you want to focus on squeezing your butt cheek and tucking your pelvis forward, getting into extension. So a good thing I like to think of is my butt cheeks are trying to go through the front of my hips. From here I'm going to draw my rib cage down, keep my head nice and neutral. As I lower my hips towards the floor, my head follows, so my back's in a nice straight position, rib cage is down. I'm driving through the heels, I come up and I squeeze my butt, hold for 1 second. Control down, up, squeeze. If you notice, I got my toes slightly flexed off the floor to put a little bit more stress into the heels and a little bit more muscle isolation into the glutes. I'm going to come back down and then squeeze at the top. Again, the whole purpose of this is getting our hips out of flexion and into extension. Now, when we're going to do this from the floor, same concept. We're going to lay flat on the ground, slide this back. You're going to lift your toes slightly off the floor, draw your rib cage down, bridge, squeeze your glutes as hard as you can, and then come right back to the floor. And what we want to make sure of is that our back isn't overarching. We want to stay a nice neutral spine, pelvis is tucked towards the nose as we drive those heels right through the floor, bridge, squeeze for about 1 to 2 seconds, and then come right back down. And as you're doing this, you should feel a nice good fire through your butt at the top of each rep.